Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out my latest video. Now, today's video is going to be talking about the upcoming matchup on April 30th between Hughie Fury versus Fred Kassi. I'm intrigued for this fight because I really enjoy watching Hughie Fury. I think this guy has got a lot of skills, got great potential, so I'm interested to see how this fight plays out. Now, let's get right into this fight and talk about Fred Kassi, Hughie Fury's opponent in this matchup. Now, when you look at Fred Kassi as a fighter, this is a guy who has a deceiving record. His record as it stands is 18-4-1. However, when you look at his resume, he's fought Amir Mansour, he's fought Chris Arreola, and Dominic Breazeale, to name a few notable names on his resume. Now, in my opinion, I think Fred Kassi actually beat Chris Arreola and Dominic Breazeale, but of course, he's not the money fighter. He doesn't have the big backing by all these promoters. So, unfortunately for him, the judges didn't favor him in the fight, and unfortunately, he was robbed on both occasions. But that doesn't discredit him as a fighter because when I watch him as a fighter, I think this is a guy who's extremely awkward. He switches stances. He's very patient. Also, he's a guy who has a counter-punching style. So he's a guy who likes to time you coming in. And he has awkward overhands he throws at times that he catches a lot of his opponents with. So he's a guy with a tricky style. I think personally this is a perfect fight for Hughie Fury. Progression throughout the heavyweight division and moving up the ranks. I think perfect matchup right here we got. So when I look at Hughie Fury now and what he brings to the table in this fight, Hughie Fury is a guy who also switches stances like Fred Kassi. He gives you movement, beautiful jab, one of the better jabs in boxing in my opinion. Hughie also is an extremely accurate puncher. He understands range very well. Rarely is Hughie Fury ever thrown from a distance that is incorrect. He's very, very technical boxer in the heavyweight division. Also, one thing that Hughie Fury, first of all, I don't think he gets enough credit in general as a fighter. He's not talked about enough. But Hughie Fury's body work is extremely good in the heavyweight division. Beautiful body shots he lands. And he may be one of the best punchers in the heavyweight division to the body, in my opinion. Now, when you look at this fight, how do I think this is going to play out? I believe that Hughie Fury will win this fight against Fred Kassi. He's extremely technical. He has a height advantage over Kassi, and he's not going to fall into some of the same traps that Arreola and Breazeale do. Hughie understands distance and timing. He also knows how to use that jab so effectively, work the body, which Fred Kassi gets hit with quite a bit. But I think it's going to be an interesting fight at times because I don't think it's going to be like a walk in the park like Hughie's had with all the rest of his opponents. The Kassi at some point is going to put up some counters and things that are really going to make Hughie work and think about what he's doing next. But I love this fight for Hughie Fury as a progression fight. I believe he wins this by a unanimous decision. And I really got to say, watch out for Hughie Fury in the future. This guy, in my opinion, one of the best prospects in boxing. I've been very high on him for a number of years. If you have me on Facebook, you know that I talk about Hughie Fury quite a bit. Very impressed by the whole Fury camp. I believe that Peter Fury, excellent trainer who does not get the recognition he deserves. Look what he's done with Tyson. Look what he's doing with Hughie Fury. Both are technical boxers and very well schooled. You can tell that. And Peter, in all his interviews, just knows boxing so well. I mean, he just is a very good trainer who doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. And he's doing a great job in moving Hughie Fury up the ranks, in my opinions. Perfect matchup. So yeah, Hughie Fury, Peter Fury, doing a great job. Let's give him some recognition. Hughie Fury, if you haven't seen him, definitely check him out April the 30th. This fight will be taking place in the UK. So going to be a good matchup, guys. Let me know what you think. And if you watch Hughie Fury, what do you guys think of him as a fighter? Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Once again, appreciate it. Thank you very much.